I'm Mike Belcito, co-founder of eFuneral, and I want to talk for a few minutes about a type of funeral service that is becoming very popular, and that's the Celebration of Life memorial service. Now, I should note that a Celebration of Life memorial service is a type of funeral service that most funeral directors could offer you today. In fact, it actually doesn't have much to do with how the actual body of the individual is cared for at the end of the day, meaning celebration of life can be done with a burial, it can be done with a cremation. A celebration of life is more about the style of the memorial service that takes place. Usually what you'll see is a focus on the positive, humorous, maybe even encouraging aspects of one's life. It's not uncommon to see a lot of laughter, a lot of positive stories, a lot of smiles at a Celebration of Life memorial service. And we actually posted about this on the eFuneral Resources section. In fact, Gail Walls, who's one of our contributors, who's currently pursuing her Master's of Divinity, she wrote about her own family's experience with a Celebration of Life memorial service. And you could read about her experiences at efuneral.com/resources. But I wanted to share a few ideas, and these are actually ideas that Gail had shared in her article about what you could do if you're interested in a Celebration of Life memorial service. One thing that you can do is to consider playing the favorite songs of the individual that's passed away, or songs from one of the favorite bands that individual listened to a lot. I think what you'll find is that the friends and the family members that come to that Celebration of Life service will instantly hear the music. They'll probably instantly think of that individual specifically, and that might get them into the overall mood, if you will, or the overall sort of ambiance of celebrating that individual's life. The next thing that you could do is maybe feature works of a favorite author or poet or TV show or movie or pretty much anything, any sort of entertainment that individual who you're trying to honor, what he or she really enjoyed. If you read some selected readings from one of those authors, or maybe play a scene from a movie that individual is really fond of, again, what everybody there at that Celebration of Life will do will immediately begin remembering times that they shared with that specific individual as well. So that's something to consider. Also, I'd say consider that specific individual and what they did in their life to celebrate. What did they do for fun? Did they do specific things? Was it action sports? Was it the theater? Try to incorporate those themes into the Celebration of Life. Again, I think what you'll find is the people that were there will immediately think of that individual because they probably think of that person every time they think of that theme, whether it be sports, whether it be the theater, whatever it is that the person who you're trying to celebrate was into. And what might also be a good idea, finally, is to get the people that are there to share a specific memory or a specific story that they have about that individual. And again, I'd ask them in advance to think about it and to try to think about a super positive story, a fun story, something that everybody there could enjoy. And I think what you'll find is it will get everybody in the mood to really, truly celebrate that individual's life. And again, think about the setting that you want to have this Celebration of Life. It can absolutely be at the funeral home. And if that's what's convenient for your family and that is sort of what everybody expects, that's perfectly fine. But know that a Celebration of Life memorial service, especially one where there is a cremation involved, you're not going to have the body present, at least you don't have to have the body present. That's certainly up to you. It's certainly an option. But if it's a situation where you don't necessarily need to have the body present, you can have that Celebration of Life anywhere. You can have it at a park. You can have it at an event center, maybe a destination that the individual who you're trying to celebrate, a destination they really enjoyed. And in fact, your funeral director can help you organize everything, whether it's at their funeral home or not. So keep that in mind as well. For more information on Celebration of Life services and other topics related to end-of-life planning, feel free to visit the eFuneral resources section at efuneral.com/resources. And to view other video resources, you can visit our official YouTube channel at youtube.com/eFuneral resources.